Meaning of eyes in the Bible. When exploring the sacred script of the Bible, one cannot overlook the profound spiritual and metaphorical significance of eyes. The concept of eyes holds a rich tapestry of meanings, offering spiritual insights and deeper understanding of the scriptures. Key takeaways: eyes in the Bible carry symbolic and metaphorical meanings. They represent divine perception and spiritual insight. Eyes are associated with themes of watchfulness, care, and protection. Opening blind eyes signifies divine intervention and transformation. The Bible warns against the temptations that eyes can lead to. The eye is the lamp of the body in Matthew 6:22-23. Jesus uses the metaphor of the eye as the lamp of the body to convey a deeper spiritual truth. This metaphor speaks to the connection between inner attitudes and the physical eye, shedding light on the role of vision and revelation in our lives. While scholars typically relate this passage to greed and envy, understanding the correlation requires delving into the ancient understanding of vision. In ancient times, eyes were believed to be windows through which light entered the body, shaping the way people perceive the world. By interpreting the genitive in Matthew 6:22-23 in line with this ancient understanding, we gain a new perspective on Jesus' teaching. Rather than focusing solely on the moral implications of having a good or bad eye, the metaphor suggests that the attitudes and intentions of our hearts profoundly impact our spiritual perception. Just as a lamp illuminates a room, allowing us to see clearly, the condition of our inner being affects our ability to perceive God's truth and understand His will. A heart filled with greed, envy, and worldly desires distorts our spiritual vision, casting darkness over the path we walk. However, a heart filled with love, generosity, and a desire for righteousness allows the light of God's revelation to shine brightly within us, guiding our steps and illuminating the way. Good eye, bad eye: inner attitudes of love, generosity, and righteousness; inner attitudes of greed, envy, and worldly desires leads to a body full of light, and spiritual understanding leads to darkness and distorted spiritual perception. Eyes of the Lord. The phrase eyes of the Lord in the Bible is an anthropomorphic expression referring to God's omniscience and omnipresence. Although God is a spiritual being without a physical body, this phrase symbolizes His all-seeing nature and His intimate knowledge of all things. The eyes of the Lord represent His constant watchfulness and His personal care for His creation. They convey the idea that nothing escapes His observation and His recognition of each individual. In the Bible, God's eyes are often associated with His protection and favor. The eyes of the Lord are a source of comfort for His people, assuring them of His presence and provision. Psalm 33:18 says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear Him, on those who hope in His steadfast love." This verse highlights the recognition and favor that God extends to those who are faithful to Him. Furthermore, the eyes of the Lord also serve as a symbol of divine protection. In 2 Chronicles 16:9, it is stated, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to give strong support to those whose heart is blameless toward Him." This verse emphasizes that God's eyes are constantly searching for those who are devoted to Him and ready to extend His protection and support to them. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear Him, on those who hope in His steadfast love. Psalm 33:18. The personal care and protection of God. God's eyes represent His personal care and attention towards His people. He intimately knows each individual and is aware of their needs and circumstances. Just as a caregiver would attentively watch over someone they love, God's eyes are always upon His creation. His eyes are filled with compassion, love, and a desire to provide for His children. In addition to His personal care, the eyes of the Lord also signify His protection. Just as a watchful guardian keeps a vigilant eye on those under their care, God's eyes are always on His people, guarding them from harm and guiding them along the right path. Psalm 121:5-8 beautifully portrays this aspect of God's watchful care. The Lord is your keeper, the Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. These verses highlight God's all-encompassing protection and His unwavering commitment to safeguard His people. Just as a shepherd diligently cares for and protects their flock, so does God faithfully watch over and provide for those who put their trust in Him. Keyword definition: eyes of the Lord, an anthropomorphic expression symbolizing God's omniscience and omnipresence. Omniscience, the all-knowing nature of God, His complete knowledge and understanding of all things. Omnipresence, the presence of God everywhere at all times. Personal care, God's individual attention and concern for each person. Recognition, God's acknowledgement and favor towards His faithful followers. Protection, God's watchful care and safeguarding of His people. Eyes as a symbol of understanding and discernment. Eyes play a significant role as a symbol of understanding and discernment in the Bible. They represent the capacity for spiritual perception and the ability to discern between truth and falsehood. Through the eyes, one gains illumination and spiritual insight. The Bible emphasizes the importance of having a bountiful eye or a generous and kind disposition that leads to blessing and sharing. Conversely, evil or adulterous eyes symbolize a lack of moral character or idolatrous inclinations. The eyes, as the window to the soul, reflect one's inner state and moral integrity. Eyes eyes of understanding are highlighted in passages such as Proverbs 20:12, which states, "The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both." This verse emphasizes the importance of perceiving truths and gaining wisdom through both hearing and seeing. By using the eyes to discern and understand, one can navigate the complexities of life and make wise choices. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:22. In Matthew 6:22, Jesus uses the metaphor of the eye as the lamp of the body to convey the idea that a person's inner attitudes and intentions are reflected in their outward actions. A good eye represents a pure and virtuous heart, while a bad eye represents a corrupt and deceitful heart. This teaching underscores the importance of cultivating a discerning eye that is aligned with God's truth and righteousness. Symbolism meaning bountiful eye, a generous and kind disposition, evil or adulterous eye, a lack of moral character or idolatrous inclinations, lamp of the body, the reflection of inner attitudes and intentions. The symbolism of eyes as a tool for understanding and discernment serves as a reminder to approach life with wisdom, integrity, and a desire to seek God's truth. By cultivating a discerning eye, one can navigate the complexities of the world and make choices that align with God's will and purpose. Eyes as a symbol of understanding. In Proverbs, the book of Proverbs contains numerous references to eyes as a symbol of understanding. Proverbs 15:14 states, "The heart of him who is understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness." This verse highlights the importance of seeking knowledge and wisdom through discerning eyes. Those with understanding recognize the value of gaining knowledge and strive to feed their minds with wisdom rather than indulging in foolishness. Proverbs 17:24 further emphasizes the role of eyes in understanding, stating, "Wisdom is in the sight of him who is understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth." This verse suggests that those with understanding have the ability to perceive wisdom and discern its value, while fools allow their eyes to wander aimlessly, seeking meaningless pursuits. These biblical passages remind us of the significance of having eyes of understanding. By seeking knowledge, discerning wisdom, and focusing our eyes on what is truly valuable, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of God's truth and navigate life with discernment. Eyes and physiognomy. In ancient culture. In the ancient Greco-Roman world, eyes played a significant role in physiognomy, the assessment of character based on physical features. Physiognomic traditions attributed various character types to different eye characteristics. Ancient writers, such as Aristotle, Hippocrates, and Cicero, described the eyes as indicators of inner qualities and moral character. Physiognomy influenced not only society but also Roman rhetoric and ideas about oratory. These ancient conventions regarding eyes and character assessment provide valuable insights into biblical passages that mention eyes in relation to moral qualities and behavior. The eyes are the window to the soul. In ancient culture, the eyes were believed to reveal a person's true nature. The shape, size, color, and even the gaze of the eyes were thought to offer insights into an individual's character and disposition. For example, large, open eyes were associated with trustworthiness, honesty, and intelligence, while small, narrow eyes were often seen as a sign of deceitfulness or a cunning nature. The interpretation of eye characteristics. Eye characteristic interpretation. Wide-set eyes indicated a broad-minded and generous nature. Narrow-set eyes suggested a cautious and reserved personality. Bright eyes symbolized an enthusiastic and lively disposition. Dull eyes reflected a lack of intelligence or vitality. These associations between eye characteristics and personality traits were not limited to the Greco-Roman world but can also be found in various cultures throughout history. Understanding the ancient conventions of physiognomy helps shed light on the deeper symbolism and meaning attributed to eyes in biblical texts. Father, grandfather, minister, missionary, deacon, elder, author, welcome to our family. View all posts.